Hey guys, it's the one here, and as you read in the title, I have left Exus Network. So I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys and let you know what happened behind the scenes, in an effort to make you guys aware of the constant abuse, false promises, and the dictatorship that occurs on that channel, which resulted in my exit. After 3 months of a lot of hard work, time away from friends, family, I made a lot of sacrifices. So those of you who subscribe to Exus Network because of my content, feel free to subscribe to this channel, The One, Anime Gacha God, as it's going to be the only channel I'll be posting videos on going forwards. I also hope you guys share this video around with other content creators, so whether they're upcoming like I was at the time I was recruited, or already established creators, that they don't fall for the scam to make videos like I did for Exus Network, or Josh Network it should be called. But before I dive into it, this will be the only time I talk about Exus Network on this channel, as I'm currently rebranding my channel. I don't want to carry any of this baggage over. However, I will update you guys on the situation in the comment section if they haven't paid me or not for the 2 months I made videos. So I'll start from the beginning. I met Josh in early 2019. I liked his content at the time, so I joined his Discord. And we always talked in DMs, his server, and voice chat. And after a couple of years, you could describe us as friends. At least I thought we were friends. Then in 2022, he reached out to me to help make videos for his channel. And I told him at the time I had no experience. I didn't know how to edit a video or, do anything. So for a year, which was the birth of this channel, I learned how to edit and make videos. And I amassed a big following for my Street Fighter Duel content here on the channel. You can check the videos. They got a lot of traction. Then in March of 2023, he rebranded his channel, as it was a graveyard at the time, because he took a massive long break from YouTube. So when he wanted to, rebrand this channel, his channel wasn't getting any views. He had about 22,000 subscribers, but they were all dead subs. And at the time, he would have been lucky to hit 200 views. Like, that's how dead his channel was. It was as dead as a rock, pretty much. And it was at this time he reached out to me, and Gurky, a friend he made on Discord, to recruit us to join his channel, Exus Network. So in forming the network, we only had a couple rules. A couple ground rules we set for ourselves. One, we're all equal, no dictatorship. Because obviously it would feel a certain way knowing that someone's the boss. So we made this rule, so we were all equal. So if we ever wanted to make any big move with Exus Network, it had to be discussed between the three of us, because obviously I felt a certain type of way with, okay, we're working for this channel, but it's really not our channel, because it used to be Josh's channel. But he's bringing us in to form this Exus Network, so we decided we were all going to be equal. And the other thing was, whatever we make, 20% goes back into the channel, and the remaining 80% gets split 3 ways. Also, the video quota a week is 2 videos, 2 videos minimum. But if you want to do more than the minimum of 2 videos, you could feel free, but you weren't obligated to. And these were pretty much the ground base rules we set. And obviously at the time, I was wondering if we were going to sign a proper professional contract to make it completely legal. But obviously I trusted him, and we just went off word of mouth. That was my fault here. I should have made sure we signed a legal contract, so I didn't get taken advantage of like I did, and end up in this situation. But like I said, I thought we were friends of almost 5 years. So I thought I could trust him. How wrong I was. So these were pretty much the ground rules we set, and I will, because I'm being completely transparent with you guys, I had one slip up where I only did one video 1 week, and I owned up to and apologized to both of them as I got my days mixed up. However inexcusable it was, I made up for it, and the following week I put out a lot of videos. So another added benefit we got from being a part of the network was we got to promote our own personal channel links. And as I said at the time, I was growing my channel, and I saw this as a massive opportunity, as one, making videos with what I thought were friends at the time, and I could also grow my own platform, my own personal brand that had nothing to do with Exus Network. So basically I get to promote my channel on the front page, put my channel in the description, stuff like that, to try and gain traction to my own thing. So pretty much for the first month we were in grind mode and tried to revive his channel, like I said, as it was completely dead. All the subscribers he had on that channel weren't watching any videos. So we tried to revive it. We put out a ton of videos. We tried experimenting with a ton of videos to gain traction. And eventually we did find a bit of success with autoplaying in that first month, with his video and my video being the only videos to get over 1,000. I'm sure they have more than that by the time of this recording. But it was a sign of life being injected into the channel that first month. However, in the second month, when we started making money, that's when things took the turn for the worst. Josh's attitude changed. The way he spoke to me changed. Instead of a respectful way, as someone you view as an equal in business or partnership, he started speaking down to me, and treated me like a dog. I did call him out on this multiple times for him to stop treating me like a slave and give me respect of an adult, but nothing changed. And at that point, it was my own fault for giving him the benefit of the doubt, only to be continuously disrespected. So having put a lot of time into Exus Network, I realized I neglected my main channel. So I hit up my friend Clint Wolf, the Mobile Messiah, for advice on how to become a better content creator. As whenever I came to Josh for help, he didn't care, told me he didn't care, and that he was only focused on Exus Network, and that my personal channel, The One, had nothing to do with Exus Network. I repeat, he said it had nothing to do with Exus Network, and I'll come back to that. So when he heard I was getting help from Clint, he suspended me from Exus Network because I didn't speak to him first. And like you guys watching this, I was very confused because day one he said my personal channel had nothing to do with Exus Network. So why would I need his permission? However, like I told you guys, we agreed we would only need to discuss amongst ourselves for Exus Network related decisions. But nothing, my channel had nothing to do with Exus Network. So I was very confused. I was very confused, as like I said, my personal channel had nothing to do with Exus, so why would I need his permission? So for a whole day, I'm defending myself, and he removed me from the staff chat. He removed my roles in the Discord, completely removed me from all the YouTube channels, and this also breaks one of the things we, the rules we made, which was there was no dictatorship. So he went out of his way on his own, removed me from the Discord, removed me from all the channels. And bear in mind, at this point, I've put in 2 months of my entire life into this YouTube channel. His YouTube channel would be dead without me if I didn't bring it back to life and give him views, or bring that channel views. So I'm here defending myself for a whole day, pointing out the fact we never made a rule saying personal decisions with my own personal YouTube channel needed to be discussed with them and authorized by them. Or them, I mean Josh. And because of Josh's personal hatred for Clint, which had nothing to do with me, he took it out on me, went on a power trip, like I said, removed all my access to the channel, called me lazy, said I put low effort into videos, even though out of the 3 of us, I put the most editing and effort in my videos, and out of the 3 of us, I had the second highest most views. So while he clicks record and just slaps an intro to the start of his videos, I'm here doing cuts, edits, transitions, throwing in memes, throwing in different types of music. Like, I'm out here trying to be creative and try and make entertaining videos. So he also said I'm slacking with video uploads. Even though I kept to the 2 videos a week, bar that one time that I owned up to and made up for. He even wanted to cut my pay down because he was making 5 or 6 videos a week by his own discretion, his own choice. I said, if you're doing 5 or 6 videos a week and you feel like you're carrying the whole channel, I said, fair enough, we should just increase the video quota to 4. And he said, yeah, that's fine. And honestly, guys, that day the environment was very toxic, and he was like, the verbal abuse was insane. And looking back at it now, it was probably at this moment I should have just left on my own at this moment in time, because I was no longer business partners, I was no longer an equal. I was now Josh's slave, or Josh's video slave, bowing down to his every whim, letting him talk to me anyhow, so. But at the time he was crying about it. So like I said, I couldn't deal with the toxic environment. So because I got help from Clint without his permission, he then said I wasn't allowed to promote my channel anymore. So he didn't want my YouTube channel on the front page anymore, being featured. He didn't want me putting my videos in the description. He didn't want me putting any of my links in the description. He didn't want me to promote myself whatsoever. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, he's now changing all the rules we agreed to in the beginning, and is now taking advantage of me. Any way you look at it, he's now taking advantage of me. So, demeaning and talking any kind of way to me, disrespecting me, insulting me, treating me like a dog, a slave. And he's now telling me I can no longer promote my channel. So all the benefits that we agreed to when we created this Exus Network, he's now changed them. He's now changed majority of them now that we're making money. So I was naive to notice it at the time, and I thought that I should just stick through it, and perhaps I should have been more aggressive and defended myself more here on this front. But like I said, I was probably just too naive. Like I said, I am an upcoming creator, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do, to be honest. As it's different online than if this was an IRL situation. So a few days later, after this fiasco, I then later posted a Brown Dust 2 first impression video, and because basically what happened on the launch of the game, I decided I was going to do a stream on my Twitch, and that day he got very aggressive with me in the voice chat because he didn't want me doing any streams on my own personal Twitch. He was very what's the word? He was trying to drive me to stream on Exus Network and didn't want me streaming on my own personal platforms. So I gave in and I was like, oh, whatever. I'll stream later or some other time when I'm fully done with my rebranding for my channel. So I streamed on Exus Network and I streamed the launch of Brown Dust 2. And obviously while I was streaming, I had a couple of guys in the Discord in a call with me, so we're all experiencing the game at the same time, and it could make for an entertaining stream with added input from others. So yeah, so I took about an hour and a half of the footage of the stream and I edited it down to about 40 minutes of my first impressions. So I spent about 30 minutes editing it before I went to work, and so because it was before I had to go to work, so I woke up early, edited the video, then went back to bed to get some sleep before I go to work because I stayed up all night doing for the launch of the game. So I went back to bed, and then when I woke up I got pinged, and when I got pinged it was a massive text, and it was him just hurling abuse at me, saying that I was lazy, saying that this is a trash video, saying that it's nothing less than embarrassing, saying that it's a bad look for the channel, saying that I put the least amount of effort into my videos. And this was the first thing I woke up and I was very I was very shocked, I was very surprised, and obviously I should have stood up for myself here, but I was just curious to what made him think it was a bad video, because I looked into the comment section and there was no bad comments in the YouTube comment section, and the video had a ton of likes, barely any dislikes. I think there was about 1 or 2 dislikes, but there was a lot of likes, and other comments were saying that they thought it was a good video, and it was very funny. There were a lot of funny moments in there. He told me it was a shit video, it was embarrassing, and I told him what was wrong with the video. He said it wasn't a proper first impression. Then I said, wait, what do you mean it's not a proper first impression? I recorded my initial thoughts of the game, but then he said that there was too many random pauses, and that there were random conversations occurring in the background, and then I'm there like, what is he talking about? The pauses weren't really pauses, it was me reading the chat. And every time I did take a pause, I answered a question from the stream because it was a live stream. And I told him I left it in there in the video because I thought, and I still do think, that the questions that people asked on stream were valid questions. And if people were watching the video, that, if they had the question, it would be answered. And he said that there were random conversations. Like I said, it was him, Gurky, and 2 other people in the Discord call, and we were all talking about the game, the issues, and what we thought about it. So it wasn't just my opinion, other people's opinions were in the video, and there were a ton of funny moments. Everyone hated the game. They were, saying the game was trash and all this and all that, and we talked about all the problems on the stream, and those are what he calls random conversations. So I said the video was fine, that there weren't any issues, but he's insistent that it was a shit video and that I need to remake the video. Then I told him I wouldn't have an issue remaking the video, but nobody had a problem with the video besides him. And then he told me that he doesn't care if everybody liked the video, but if he didn't like the video, that it's a bad video. So as you can see, he's on his power trip, and there's a dictatorship here, and he's trying to treat me like a slave, as you can see. And eventually me and him have a back and forth on what is an actual first impression, and then eventually he starts demeaning me again, And it was at this point that I snapped a little bit, and he was saying stuff like, this is the last time. He was speaking to me like, this is the last time you present me with a video like this ever again. And then at that stage, a flick in my, a switch in my head just switched, and at that point I snapped. And then I told him, first off, you're not my dad or my teacher or a boss of mine. Why would I need to, present you with a video if we're all meant to be equals here? We're meant to be a team here, but you're trying to treat me like I'm beneath you. And this was an ongoing thing that always happened in voice chat. They'd always treat me like I'm less than them, that I'm beneath them, And I told him, hold on here, you're not my dad. I'm not presenting you with the videos. I'm presenting them to the viewers. And then I also said that we're all adults here, so we should all conduct ourselves as such, because I was at this point, guys, of like 3 months of just continuous abuse. Like, many people would have snapped a lot sooner. They would have properly snapped a lot sooner. So, we then got into voice chat, and he was telling me about the proper way to do voice chat. Oh, sorry, not the proper way to do voice chat. The proper way to do a first impression. He said he wanted it to be more analytical and everything. And I said that my version my version did have major points, like the way the game looked, the animation. I talked about it. The problems with the game, I talked about it. The summon system, I talked about it. Who to reroll for, I talked about it. All my initial thoughts and feelings were in that video, with other people's thoughts and feelings as well, to get a more objective first impression, and a lot of funny moments in there, so it was more entertaining. And it's just my video style. Like, I'm sure you guys have seen on Exus Network, my videos, I try to make them more than just guides, more than just boring guides. I try to add a lot of humor into my videos and make it more entertaining, because that's just how I am as a person. And that's even the main reason why I even had a personal channel, that's the main reason why I didn't just completely make videos on Exus Network, because number one, I wanted to build my own personal brand where I could be myself 100%, because they said that I had full creative power over my videos. But whenever I posted a video that Josh didn't like, he'd flame me in the Discord. He'd flame me in the staff Discord, flame me and verbally abuse me once again. So pretty much what really broke the camel's back was last week Friday. Basically it was this was the launch week of this all happened last week as well, where with that first impression for Brown Does 2. But what really broke the camel's back was later that day. I scheduled a video for next week. Because I would be busy the next week with IRL stuff, work, my girlfriend, obligations, family obligations. So I scheduled the video where I actually spent my hard-earned money in that video. It was a very entertaining video. I spent a lot of time editing and working on that video. So I scheduled it for next week, Monday. Then in the staff chat, Gurky messages me with a question mark, and I tell him that I scheduled my video, Well, I told him I scheduled the video in the staff chat. Then in the voice chat, I told him I scheduled my video for the next week because I'm going to be very busy that week because I have a tight schedule. And then they said it's cool. He says it's cool. Josh wasn't here in the chat this time. So pretty much, like I said, I spoke to Garky in the voice chat. Josh wasn't in the call at the time. So when I went off, about 10 minutes later, I'm in bed on my phone scrolling, and I see that the video that I scheduled was taken off of schedule and posted that day. And bear in mind, guys, this was a week where I put out about 6 or 7 videos for Brown Dust, going way over the quota of 4 videos. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna save videos for the next week. Then I went and I went into the Discord and I said who took my video off of schedule, and then Josh says it was me and he didn't want to waste views, and that I was being and that I didn't know how to be a content creator, and that and then I'm there like you know, I scheduled the video for a reason. I scheduled the video because I put out a ton of videos this week and I wanted that video to go out next week. Then I called him out pretty much for putting up my video that I worked hard to make and I spent money in, for just putting that up without my permission, or even talking about it with me first before he just takes it off schedule with his own discretion without talking to me about it. Now, I hope you guys remember the situation earlier where he suspended me and removed my access from the channel previously, and went on a power trip and banned me from promoting my personal channel, all because I got help from Clint, and the help was just advice. I just got advice on how to on how to run my channel. Because I got advice for my personal channel, which had nothing to do with Exus Network, he banned me from promoting my channel and said it was a punishment for not discussing with them first. So I hope you guys can see that he's a hypocrite here, as he doesn't speak to me first and just takes my video off schedule and publishes it. My video, he publishes it without even speaking to me, and feels like he doesn't need. And then afterwards, what really pissed me off is he acted like he didn't need my permission. So he thinks he's above me and anything he says goes. So I call him out on this, and I tell him that isn't this the same situation where you it's not even the same situation, but isn't this going against what you said, which was we need to speak, or sorry, what we all agreed on when we started this channel, this Exus Network, was we have to speak to each other before we make team decisions, or you know what I mean, or any decisions that implicate Exus Network. So he didn't speak to me regarding my own video that I made. So I told him that what's his punishment then? And then he says he's lost patience with me, and he then kicks me from the staff chat, removes my access to Exus Network. Then what's funny is he then types like a massive text saying that we thank you for your time here at Exus Network. So he's now acting like the big boss, kicked me off of a channel that I worked hard to build. The channel wouldn't be anywhere where it is now without me. So 3 months of my life, 3 months of my work went down the drain. He kicked me. And you know, what's funny is he typed it into the staff chat, then kicked me before I could even read it all. And then, you know, I messaged him saying, I put it up on screen. I messaged him saying he suspended me for making decisions with my own personal YouTube channel account without speaking to him first. But then he goes and he makes decisions regarding my own video on Exus Network without my permission or talking to me about it. And then when I call him out on it, he just removes me and kicks me from the channel. And then I said, you know, clearly this isn't going to work, so I'll take my leave from Exus Network and good luck in the future and stuff like that. As you can see, I'm sure I'll put up the message here on the screen for you guys to see. So after speaking with family and friends, they made me realize that, you know, I was taken advantage of pretty much. I was taken advantage of, and all the benefits we agreed to at the start were false promises, as I couldn't promote myself. I was treated like a slave 24/7, disrespected, verbally abused on the daily in voice chat. Looking back at it now, I should have quit the second I started getting mistreated. So that part was on me, but that's pretty much why I left Exus Network. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends and other content creators see this and this doesn't happen to anyone else. You know, and I made this so people know that the people at Exus Network are bad people who put on a mask in videos pretending to be nice and welcoming, but they're really not. So, you know, I put on screen right now a message of me asking them to, or asking Josh to pay me for my work for May and for my work of June, because the way YouTube works is you get paid for the previous month the next month. So pretty much in July I'll be getting paid for, at the start of July I'll be getting paid for, I'll be getting paid for May in June. I'll be getting paid for May, the start of July. I'll be getting paid for June, the start of August. So that's pretty much how YouTube payment works. So once July hits, I should be getting my payment for May. So I'll update you guys in the comment section on whether or not I get paid or not. I'm being completely transparent with you. And anything else relating to this whole situation, I'll update you guys in the comment section. Or if you want to, ask me more questions, I'll have a link to my Discord I had made, because I spent a lot of my time in Exus Network Discord, but because, I no longer have a reason to even be there, I got my own Discord made. So I'll put a link to my Discord in the description. Join that, guys, and if you want to ask me questions, I'll talk on it there. So like I said, if they pay me, I'll let you know in the comments. If they don't pay me, I'll let you know in the comments on how they do that. I'll let you guys know if they tries to snake me once again. If they try to snake me out of my money that I worked for, I wouldn't be surprised, as they're very snaky individuals. Very untrustworthy. So I sent it to him, and it's been about a day or two now, and there's been no response to it. So I don't know. I made this video, so hopefully it exposes the truth and exposes them for who they really are. And if he doesn't pay me, it's just going to be more embarrassing now. So right now, moving forward, I'm more motivated to build my own channel again, make the best vids I can to entertain you guys, and I'll do my best to move on from the situation. So yeah, this is the last time I'll ever speak on them in video. Take care and peace.